That's it. I'm just coming to the conclusion. I'm just never getting my money back. I'm just ready to sell, accept my losses, and start paying Teddy Zane $5 a month, get involved in some real money making plays, these IPO plays, these momentum plays. AMC is dead. It's finished. I lost my money. Time to man up. Time to accept it, right? Sounds familiar. What I just said. Doesn't it sound familiar? Because that's the messages I keep getting from every single ape. So I'm just telling you what I'm reading in my inbox, what I'm getting text messages, I'm getting phone calls. That's basically what I'm hearing. And it disgusts me. Makes me physically sick. And it's really bad after I have a nice, delicious dinner. Like I went to Brooklyn Square. Forgot about everything. I had chicken marsala. I had the square pizza. I had the round pizza. We share everywhere, a little portobello mushroom salad. We ate a lot of food. And then I got to read these negative comments, and it makes me physically sick. All right? So, no, I'm not selling Amy. No, I'm sticking it out. I have diamond balls of steel. So you're like, this is clickbait. It's not that it's clickbait. It's just, I just want you to realize how you sound. So I figure if I imitate you, maybe this will put some sense into your mind. Why did we get into this play? What was the purpose? For some people, simply it was just to make a little bit of money, I guess. Not me. I'm questioning from the comments I'm getting, I'm questioning why people actually got into AMC in the first place. See, I got into AMC for not only life-changing wealth, generational wealth, but I want to beat the hedge funds at their own game. I am sick and tired of people like Ken Griffin, okay, always getting his way, always winning. And it's not that he's winning legitimately. See, it's one thing, look, if you're winning something, whether it be a boxing match, whether it be any type of competition, you're winning it fair and square, hey, kudos to you. But when you're using every manipulation, corruption tactic that you could use to win, you're not a winner. Okay, but then who do you blame? Do you blame Ken Griffin? Or do you blame the government agencies such as the SEC, Gary Gensler, who's not doing his job? Because it's kind of like, I'll give you an analogy, and I used to always say it. If you're a bank robber, right, and you're robbing a bank, but the police never arrest you, can you really blame the bank robber? Can you blame him if he keeps doing it? If he robs a second bank, a third bank, a fourth bank, a fifth bank, right? Because the police are not doing their job. They're not arresting him, right? So it's the same thing what's happening here. You can't really blame Ken Griffin and Citadel. You got to blame the SEC. You got to blame FINRA. You got to blame the agencies that are supposed to be taking action. Now the question is, why aren't they taking action? I'm going to blame you. Yes. You're like, what? You're blaming me, Apefather? Yes. I'm going to tell you a little story, all right? I had a tough childhood. I don't want to get too specific. I don't want to get too personal. But I witnessed some pretty bad things with my mom, with my father and my mother. And, when they had arguments and when they had fights, there was, unpleasant activity. Let's just leave it at that. And the police were called. And I was a young kid. I was at this point. I was like 7, 8 years old. And I remember saying to my mom, are you going to leave my father? And I'm a young kid, let's just get out of here, Let's go get our own apartment. Let's start a new life. My mother never did that. She stayed. And not only did she stay, you say zip it, she kept her mouth quiet. Police officers, are you all right, ma'am? Are you hurt? Do you need assistance? Do you need help? I'm fine. I see the same thing happening with the AMC apes. I'm sorry. Do you want me to lie to you, or do you want me to tell you the truth? Which one do you want? Lie's the truth. Because are you protesting? Even I'm saying peaceful. Are you peacefully No. Are you complaining? I go to the SEC complaint forum website where it says Citadel. Out of 10 million apes worldwide, guess how many complaints there are? 100 complaints against Citadel. You know what I mean? The only person I saw who took action, it was this guy, George Donahue, I think. He's a very strong brother ape with diamond balls of steel, and he actually filed a lawsuit. I don't know exactly what transpired with the lawsuit against Citadel, but he at least he was like, I think, 1 out of 10 million who tried to do something, right? Okay. The thing is, I always give people like Kat, Stryker. I give her a lot of credit. With she puts the big bandanas up on the planes and she advertises, Citadel, corruption, Gary Genzo, do your job. But even though I admire her for what she does and I think it's great, it's not enough. See, in order to beat, it's kind of like, you ever see The Untouchables? You ever see the movie The Untouchables? Kevin Costner, Robert De Niro, Sean Connery. Sean Connery said something in that movie that stuck with me my whole life. He goes, "You want to beat Al Capone? You understand? You got to do it the Chicago way. You can't do it the way you're doing it, the police way, the honest way. No, no, no. You got to do it the Chicago way." So he's like, well, what does that mean? He's like, he comes to you with a knife, you beat him with a gun. That's the Chicago way. And if he's got a gun, you take him out. So, are you telling us to kill people? No. No. This is entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you have to fight, but do it, of course, legally. Do it in a way where, it will get a lot of attention. That's the key. Get a lot of attention. Now, statistically speaking, if you look at just things that have worked in terms of history, you look at, look, I'm not trying to get racial. Oh, I hate it. Every time I say something, someone thinks it's a racist comment. You look at Black Lives Matter. Whether you like them or whether you don't like them, you have to give them credit. You have to, yeah. Even if you're against, you think they're the worst of the worst, and you can't stand them, you got to give them credit. Why do you have to give them credit? They made front page news. They were the talk of the whole country, and they got what they wanted at the end. They won. They beat everybody. They beat everyone who was against them. They beat the public. They beat the government. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, didn't they do things? They used very terrible tactics. Okay, I'm not. The point is this. I'm not trying to get into a debate with you on what works or what doesn't work and what's right morally and what's not morally right. That is not the point, okay? The point is they had a message, okay? There's corrupt police, there's corrupt government, and they're, arresting and in some cases killing innocent African American United States citizens, innocent, who have done nothing wrong, law-abiding citizens. They're getting killed. They're getting beat up. They're getting hurt. We want it to stop. We want retribution. We want action. And if you're not going to give it to us, we're going to demand it. You understand? So I'm just saying to you, putting aside personal, listen, please don't take this personal. I hate it when people do this. Just try for a second to hear my point. Put aside the whole, but they did bad too. They were blowing up buildings, or they killed innocent. I get it. It's wrong. Any type of violence, listen to me. Let me make this clear to you. Whether it's from, police, government, whether it's from citizens that are just, regular average Joes who just flip out and go crazy because of something they feel is injustice, or whatever the case may be. Any type of violence is wrong. Murder is wrong. God is good. You're missing the point. The point is they had a message, and they did whatever they had to do. And again, I'm not saying I am in favor only of peaceful protesting. I just want you to understand that. And I would never condone violence. Never. But they had a message, and they got their message out there. And they got what they wanted. The AMC apes are not doing that. They're not doing that. I tried to organize a protest. One person showed up, Billy. So you have to try to put yourself now in the shoes of people like Gary Gensler. You got to put yourself in the shoes of people like Ken Griffin. They're laughing at us because they know that they're getting away, in their case, with something that I would compare to murder, what they're doing in the stock market, with all the corruption and all the manipulation. No one's complaining. No one's protesting. No one's doing nothing. But yet all of us complain every day. We all complain, oh, corruption. I can't take. So what's the end result? The end result is all of this led to apes giving up. Apes selling. Apes giving Teddy Zane $5. I hate to say it, this is the transition of what happened, and apes now going into other plays other than AMC and GameStop, going into IPOs, momentum stocks, because they gave up. They gave up. I can't beat the government. I can't beat Ken Griffin. I can't beat Citadel. I can't be nobody. I can't be nobody. So you can't beat them. Move on to the next play. And it's the wrong attitude. You got to fight for your rights. Okay? Because if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it. And that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to make as many YouTube videos. I'm trying to get known. Believe me, if I get a voice, I will use it in the favor of not only myself, but all of my retail brothers and sisters. God bless you. God bless your families. AMC, Ape, and GameStop to Pluto. I'm not a financial planner. I don't give financial advice. I'm an entertainer. Let's effing go.